Hi there, Peter here again from ClearScope Solutions. Hey, welcome back to our channel. In this video, we want to talk about something that we think is really important if you're a Zoho user, and that is whether or not you should be using Zoho Finance tools such as Zoho Books or Zoho Inventory to send quotes and basically allow your salespeople to use that as a tool to transact with their customers. It's probably not a great idea. And the reason is, of course, that your Zoho Books, which is one of your finance tools, contains a lot of company-sensitive information, right? And you probably don't really want your sales team rummaging around inside your finance system. Probably best to just leave that to your finance people. And there's a better tool to actually do that, and it's Zoho CRM. Zoho CRM is a very powerful system when it comes to sending your customers quotes or sales orders or invoice information. There's a lot of workflow automation. You can customize the module much easier. You can leverage Zoho CRM analytics, right? So you can sort of get a much better picture as to what your sales team's quoting, what's open, what's not closed as a quote, how much you're winning, get sort of that intelligence back to make better decisions about your business. And it's got better templating than what Zoho Books does. But one of the issues, of course, is that eventually you're going to want to get that record or that transaction information into Zoho Books so that you can create an invoice inside Zoho Books or a sales order inside Zoho Books, pick it, pack it, ship it, invoice it, and then get paid for it, right? I mean, that's sort of really the normal workflow. Create the quote inside Zoho CRM, maybe turn it into a sales order, then turn it into an invoice, and then have that transaction synced across to Zoho Books. Well, we have a special tool for that, and it's called Logix One Sync to Zoho Finance, and that's exactly what it does. Now, you might be thinking, CRM already allows you to create Zoho Books or Zoho Inventory quotes and sales orders and invoices inside it. It does, but not really. It's not really. All it's really doing is opening up a window into Zoho Books as an example, and allowing you to create a quote, a sales order or invoice inside there. You're not actually syncing a inventory record from Zoho CRM to Zoho Finance, and that's what this tool does. So I'm going to show you that, and then I'm going to show you what Zoho CRM does natively with its integration, because there are some things there that are really important, such as its ability to sync products and items between Zoho CRM and Zoho Inventory or Zoho Books. You need to do that from the respect of creating a sales order or an invoice inside Zoho CRM, and then creating a copy of that inside Zoho Books is another matter, and that's what we're going to show you. All right, so let's dive into it now and let's have a look. Okay, so here we are inside Zoho CRM. Now, the first thing that you want to check is to make sure that you actually do have your Zoho CRM to Zoho Finance integration turned on. And the way you can easily check that is just come into CRM anywhere and then come to the setup area, click setup, scroll down here under marketplace, click Zoho, and then if you scroll down, you'll see Zoho Finance Suite. All right, and here is where you set up your connection to Zoho Finance. So this basically syncs your invoices, your quotes, sales order and purchase orders, plus your products as well. And also, you can also synchronize your expenses and expense reporting and your subscriptions from Zoho Billing. It's important that you have number 1 and number 4 on, all right? Because what this does, especially number 4, is it syncs the products that you have inside Zoho CRM to Zoho Books and vice versa. And so that means that if you create a new product inside Zoho Books, for example, then that product, if you create an item inside Zoho Books, then that item will appear as a product inside the CRM products module. Okay, so you can see all of these products in this environment are synced from here, from Zoho CRM to Zoho Finance, and if there's an update, they get updated, right? So that's really important that you have it. But what we're specifically talking about is how you can use Zoho CRM to create your quotes, sales orders, and even invoices inside the CRM. And then when they're all done and settled and ready to go, you can sync them to Zoho Books as a quote or as a sales order or an invoice. Okay, so that's what we're going to show you now. As I mentioned in the beginning, in the introduction, in some respects, you can already do this inside Zoho CRM, right? So you might be thinking, well, then why are we talking about that in this video? Well, you can. So anyone with inside Zoho CRM, if they have access, and if you've installed it properly, will have this link here called Zoho Finance. Right? And so you can click here, and you can see I'm still in this record for Lamelli Villas, and I can come here and I can create a new sales order inside the Zoho CRM record, but it's a new sales order inside Zoho Books. All right. Now, yes, I can do that. So I can click here, new sales order. I can go through the process and create the sales order. But if you notice one thing, this looks very familiar to what it is when you create a sales order or an invoice inside Zoho Books. All right. And that is because it's the same. It's exactly the same as coming in here and creating an invoice or a sales order inside Zoho Books or Zoho Inventory. All right. So there's no difference to that. And so that's great. Let's go here. And so you could create that there. Let's do it just to prove a point. Okay. One of those very quickly. And let's just save and send it. All right, so you can see I'm still inside the CRM. Here's that sales order I've created, and there it is there. All right, now if I jump into actually Zoho Inventory, because that's where sales orders get created. All right, there's that sales order. Okay, so you can see there's that sales order I just created. And if I jump back into the CRM for that account, you see I'm still in that account. If I go down to Zoho Finance, then that is there. All right. And so you've basically done that. But the thing is, it's not really a record inside the CRM. All right. So you can't use Zoho CRM automation here on that record. You can't use Zoho CRM reporting on that record. The only way you just can't. That is basically just pointing to this sales order inside Zoho Inventory. Which is useful, but it doesn't really fix that problem, right? It doesn't fix the problem completely. All right, so what's a better way is to actually, you can see here we've got Zoho Finance here, and they're the Zoho Finance modules that we've synced, estimates, sales orders, and invoices. But you can see Zoho CRM already has its own quotes, sales orders, and invoice modules. And these in CRM are called inventory modules. All right, and then you can see them if you go into, we'll go into here, we'll go back into, we're in the setup, we'll go to customization, we'll click modules and fields. And then you can see here they are here, quotes, sales orders, and jobs. And a quick little tip, you can see actually we've changed the name of our sales orders to sales orders / jobs, right? Because we call them, for this example, we call sales orders jobs. But if you call them a different name, you can quickly come in here and click the rename field and then change that to sales orders. But these are what called inventory modules inside Zoho CRM. And you can see all of them. they point to, so if I open up the customization for quotes and I open up this layout, then you can see here's all my fields here, and then here's my products, all right? And so these all point to the products module. And if you remember, we synced the products module to the Zoho Finance items list, all right? So then they're basically all connected together. But the difference is, of course, in Zoho CRM, you've got so much more customization and ability to customize the quote, how, or the generation of the quote, how you want your, say, sales team, order entry team, whatever you call them, to actually complete quotes, the type of data you want them to collect. You can be creating pick lists, designating quotes into different groups. This one's for maintenance, this one's for repair, this one's for this type of product or product set. You've got much more flexibility inside the CRM. Combine that with the workflow automation and then the reporting that you get inside Zoho CRM, which is far superior to what it is in Zoho Books. It's just a much more flexible flexible solution. But also, what's important is your sales team is not inside the finance system. All right. So in this example, if they need to change something, they're going to have to jump into the finance tool to do that. All right. And so we're not allowing them in there. All right. So they're out of the finance system. All they're doing is creating quotes, turning them into sales orders and so forth inside Zoho CRM. Hi, Peter here from ClearScope Solutions. Thanks for watching our videos. We really love making them. If you've got any questions whatsoever, comment or reach us, come and ask us directly. If you've got a second, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that bell just to get notified when we create a new video. But also, if you've got a bit of time, please jump onto our website, clearscope.solutions, and just check us out. We've got a lot of experience in Zoho where we might be able to help you, but also have a look at some of our Zoho CRM extensions, such as Logix One Operator, a field service management tool, Logix One Chat, a chat tool with AI integration so it can automatically respond to your customer inbound chats. Our B2B portal lets your customers, especially wholesale customers, place orders directly into the CRM. Logix One Consolidator is our consolidating tool. What it does is allows you to select, say, multiple sales orders or invoices inside CRM and then convert or combine all of those into one invoice. So for things like monthly billing, that type of thing. Logix One Sync to Zoho Finance is a great tool. What it does is it can sync a quote or a Zoho CRM invoice or a sales order into, say, Zoho Books. So you can create an invoice inside Zoho CRM, click a button, and bang, that invoice now exists inside Zoho Books. Zoho CRM cannot do that. Okay, a lot of people think it can, but it can't. It can do something close, but not really. And then Logix One Easy Quote is our quotation tool. You can create a quote inside Zoho CRM. You press a button, it'll give you a link. You send that to the customer. The customer can view that quote online and can accept it, and then that will come back as an approved quote inside your CRM. So yeah, we've got lots of stuff, plus some of our details about us, our consulting capabilities, some use cases. Have a look at those. But of course, if you've got any questions at all, please reach us out directly. Book a meeting online with us or email us, WhatsApp us if you want to. We'll be ready to. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is demonstrate basically how simple this is to do. Okay, so you can see I'm inside the quotes module. You can see that by the fact that the quotes module is selected here in the left pane. And also you can tell what module you are in because of the URL. See, we've got quotes up here, but also we've got quotes here. Okay, so you can see I've basically, let's pretend I'm a salesperson. I've created this quote for this account. And everything's great, and the customer has come back and confirmed it. I could send this as an email, selecting from a wide range of templates. So you can see here I can select my quote template which will build out my template here. I can convert that into a PDF, or I could send that directly to the customer. I've got a lot of different options with inside Zoho CRM. I might even have automation set up that once I click or change a field here to a certain button, I trigger a certain condition and it automatically sends the quote to the customer, or it automatically sends an SMS, or it automatically updates someone within the team that a quote's been created. And then of course, all the reporting and analytics that you can run across this, all right? So it's a far better solution, Zoho CRM, to be having your sales team and your sales operations working in than opposed to Zoho Finance. Because, okay, yes, we've got to quote the customer effectively, but also we've got to gather that intelligence for our business. All right, we've got to see how many quotes are we doing a day, how many are we converting, how many are we losing, why are we losing them? You know, this information is so powerful to a business, okay? And it's better to gain that inside Zoho CRM than it is inside Zoho Books. All right. So we're diverting a little bit. Let's get back to the topic. So the salesperson's creating the quote here. The customers accepted it. All they need to do then is convert that into a sales order. Just come up to the top button, click convert, click sales order, and here that sales order is. All right. So you can see we've still got the same information, the products, the shipping address, all that information. In the sales order process, you might have some other information that needs to be attached to the sales order and so forth, other notes, whatever other fields that need to be changed, you can do all that here. All right, but let's say at this point, right, we've converted into a sales order, we've checked it, but now what we want to do is we want to convert it into a sales order inside Zoho Inventory so that it can be actioned, it can be picked and packed and shipped and whatever else it is that your company does. All right, you might not do that from here. You might convert it into an invoice straight away, and I'll show you that in a second. But let's just say for now, we need to convert it into a sales order to get it into Zoho Inventory into dispatch or production. So all we need to do is come up to this little handy little button here called Sync to Zoho Finance, click it, wait a few seconds, and then we'll get this success message, and now we can see the invoice number has been created and a link to the sales order provided below. All we need to do is close that now, and then you'll notice now the sales order inside Zoho CRM gets updated with these fields. All right, you can see here's the inventory sales order number here. So if I click this, now this works assuming that I, as a Zoho CRM user, have also access to Zoho Inventory. Now, if I was a normal salesperson and you didn't want me in the inventory system, you could just prevent me from accessing this. Now, the URL would show here, but if I clicked it, I wouldn't be able to access Zoho Inventory. And so here you can see we've got the sales order and it's all ready to go. Okay, so now we've got a copy of it. You can see the address details, we can see the items. They're basically all copied into here. And so now the inventory team can go off and do their thing. All right, they can mark it as confirmed. They can then convert that into an invoice and run through their normal process that they would inside Zoho Inventory. All right. So, and then if you ever need the information, you've got that information basically stored here. In addition, we have the status as well, that will update as the inventory order changes through the process. All right, so that's how you would easily sync a sales order from Zoho CRM into Zoho Finance. So now we have a copy of them in both systems. All right, we're not relying on it just being inside Zoho Finance. All right, but let's say we have a different process. We get our sales orders into our CRM, and then once we've got our sales order, we then convert that into an invoice using the convert to invoice. All right, now we have it as an invoice, and here's that invoice here. You can tell now I'm in the invoices module, and here's those items. Again, we could make modifications here. We could change the products, we could change the fields, what have you. And then all I need to do again is click the Sync to Zoho Finance button. All right, so once I've done that, we'll get that success message again. We'll let the record update, and here's a copy of that invoice inside Zoho Finance. So now this will exist inside both Zoho Inventory, as you can see here, and inside Zoho Books. All right, so here it is here. Okay, so there you go. That's how easy it is to sync inventory records such as Zoho CRM sales orders and Zoho CRM invoices into Zoho Finance tools such as Zoho Books and Zoho Inventory, just basically by a click of a button. Keep your salespeople in the CRM and only allow your finance people into your finance system. We don't want any mistakes made in the finance system. So look, I hope you enjoyed that. You can download and install the extension Logix 1 Sync to Zoho Finance from the Zoho Marketplace. If you get stuck with that and you need any help, we're here to help you. Just please reach out to us directly. Don't forget, please like and subscribe to our videos. It's really important and really helpful to us to sort of build our subscription base. And get our videos out to more people. So I'd super appreciate you doing that. Don't forget to contact us if you have any questions whatsoever about Zoho CRM or any of the Zoho products. We've got more than 12 years of experience in all of those products, and we can help you. I should also add that we also have a version of this that will not just will sync not to Zoho Books, but to Xero. So if you're running Zoho CRM and Xero and you're looking for the same type of integration, we actually have a button for that already. And also we've done a lot of customization around this type of technique, if you like, for other customers that are looking for something like this, but slightly different. If you've got a different finance system, or you're still running Zoho Books, but you want different sort of automation or workflow created. Say, for example, you want the sales order or the invoice inside Zoho CRM to automatically be created inside Zoho Books, go out, pull the payment link from Zoho Books back into Zoho CRM and send that via text to the customer. All of those things are quite possible and things that we've done for other customers. So reach out to us, use the links below, email us, get in touch with us. We'd be happy to jump on a free Zoom call with you and run over your needs to get Zoho CRM and Zoho tools running better for your business. All right, so with that, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.